once again asking for your financial support. Whatever happened to that guy? Just not having a conversation nowadays. It's like he knows the rules. Quick sound check. Just gonna check that sound is good. You may not be able to hear me. Could be a problem. Fix that. Go further. Okay. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Okay, seems to be working. Testing, testing. Okay, seems to be working. Yep. All right. And we are alive. Okay, we're live and we're alive. Why do people watch things? Why do we consume content? Is it escapism? Is it, learning? Is it, do we look for information? Do we seek community? What do we want? Like, it's kind of weird. It's kind of become, like, think about it, quite an important part of our existence. We want to be distracted all the time. Maybe it's because for everybody, like overall, because of inflation, politics, there's war, famine all over the world, various class issues, whatever. A lot of different things in society that are happening, yet we want to consume content. And we consume for different reasons. And everyone consumes for different reasons, right? So there's kids who just like colors and sounds. Like music, so just loud and interesting. And when you have brand new dopamine receptors, anything will make it go. And as you get older, you want more story content. You want more story in the thing you watch. Like teenagers, like get into stuff, and then when you get to your 20s, you end up watching a 40-minute video on planning, and maybe sometimes a 4-hour video on copyright law. It's like, as your 60s again, and you hit your 70s, and you hit the late stage of life, and then you start watching color shit again. But all the grandparents and memes and things, humor, things that make us laugh. Sometimes we like to watch things because they intrigue our spontaneous attention receptors, or occipital, I don't know how to pronounce occipital muscles, our eyebrows, our lips, they move. It's a sign, it's a which is a strange topic. You ask the question, why do people watch things? It's all of the above. We watch things all sorts of words. And I that people get confused about often people get confused about what kind of content a certain person watch. Right? So it's about realm of this this something. And you see this a lot on like Instagram and TikTok, where it's like I saw a thing where I was frying an egg daily, once a day. He would just fry an egg, and he's making money off that. That's, I was wondering, why do people get into that? What purpose behind getting into that kind of thing? My idea was people go there for the comments, because the comments become micro, and everyone, like, if there were no comments, that stuff would pop up. But because there are comments, each comment section becomes a mini community where people come together, they make jokes, they reference, tag, and that community bring people to a certain place together, all with a certain mind. That is where it's at. Bringing people together, believe in a common goal, right? It's the way the internet works, right? It's like everybody's on the internet. The internet's not a great thing, but someone makes Facebook, and then suddenly, the internet's the greatest thing in the world, and it's the most useful thing. Everybody's on it, and everybody can interact, and then within that, you can create kind of micro societies, micro communities, where people can just interact and have fun. And it's like everybody's just coming together. It's like a bunch of people, like friends coming together, and you're just looking at this thing together. Maybe you're getting on the wrong side of people, and maybe you're saying something outrageous. People are like, "What?" Think about those things, because I'm primarily on LinkedIn now. It made me kind of wonder about the use of comments. My idea, but on LinkedIn, I started looking at what other people are thinking about LinkedIn strategies, and a lot of people are talking about comments. But that's like, response comments. But if you textual comments, if you shoot, what's the relevant comments? If you put something relevant in the section. If you could spark a community comment, there is great value in that, because posts are hard to make. Posts are difficult. Comments are about half an hour to an hour. It's like you do research, and you have to do writing, the idea conception side of it. Um, it's like stand-up comedy. You have to do a bunch of writing, and then you get on stage, and then you present it. And there's a lot of different angles, and there's different things to worry about, pauses and whatnot. You're generic or not. So when it comes to the comedy, like humor with your, because the subject matter has already been created for you, and all you have to do is come up with a response. It's far easier. Like creating your own thing for people to watch is like really, it's like difficult. But movie critic, it's really easy to be a movie critic. Um, And as long as you come from a certain direction, you have a product, you have an idea, you have a thesis, um, then you always have a place from which to attack the subject from. You always have subject matter. So it's like really easy. And I watched this podcast with this YouTube creator that I really like, Scumbag Dad, and he was like, if you can create infinite content, if you find yourself an infinite content source, um, you're in luck. And I think comments are a source of infinite content, and they really work well on LinkedIn. I talk about this too, but commenting is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Yeah, I am about to triple down on comments, triple down, perhaps quadruple even, if I can. It is insane how useful comments are, and it is great. It's not the end all be all. It is a great. It is a great thing for the first part of the equation of what is the LinkedIn funnel, which is awareness. Right? You need an optimized profile, right? You need something of free value, and you need to go hard on the comment, and it needs to be good. It cannot be generic. It has to be actual knowledge. If you can do that, the amount of attention that you can get, the amount of impressions you can get is insane. Now, I've only tasted a little bit of it, but I'm going hard on it next week, and I'm going to be doing it. It's not easy. I did like comments on LinkedIn, and I just tested it out, and my impressions increased on my posts, and I didn't even post. And I think that's really it. I think it's like optimized profile, always commenting, and you have to go crazy in the comments, right? It typically takes about 3 minutes per comment. You have to spend a few hours on comments. Like you have to spend like 2 hours at least on comments, and they have to be engaged. They have to be interesting comments, right? This is why it's so hard, right? They have to be interesting comments that relate to the subject matter. They also connect to your thesis, your product, your whatever, in a salesy way, but as I know answer, because you do, because you have this thing, right? That's what the backing is for. That's what you need, that, because that gives you a leg to stand on. It's like, okay, I have this thing, and I'm confident in it. You've said this. This is my addition to that, and then if double, triple points, brownie points, I should say, brownie points if you can get someone to engage with it. If you can make it engaging in a way where people will like and comment, right? That's the sauce. Comment. And then you have awareness. That gets you awareness. And you know, the next step is the content. Right? First the awareness, and now we figured out 2 steps of the equation now. Which is, really great, because these are 2 very important steps. Awareness, and I forgot what the second one is. But it starts with a C, and it's not consideration, which I think is number 3. It is. It's eluding me at the moment, which is ridiculous. Uh, Give me a moment. I'm just gonna, read it. It's not even a C. The C comes later. Interest. Interest. Awareness and interest are done. Let me show you the funnel. I've created a funnel right here. This is the funnel, right? So this is awareness. These are all the things that you do: interest, consideration, conversion, retention. These are the steps created, and mapping each of them out with proof is value, right? And I have currently mapped out 2 out of 5. Current state, not doing well on LinkedIn, or not ideal on LinkedIn, or require more out of LinkedIn. Get awareness by optimizing your profile and getting attention for yourself. I exist. So then it's like interest. Okay, get people into your content. All right. Get more interest, connect with people, join groups, offer free resources. That's where the content comes from. Then you do consideration. Consideration is getting people to consider you as a someone to take advice, to take a service from, right? And with that ideas, and, and it's something that I've done, but it's new to me. Someone who's that's the part where it gets a little tricky for people, because it's no longer comments. It's talking to people sometimes on call, which can be unnerving. But diamond attention, baby. Just keep trying it out. And I think that comes from having a proper value proposition. Results. If you can get people results, they will consider you. If you have the ability to get results, they will consider you. Next step is conversion. Then you get, once you have them in the consideration pile, they're considering you. Let's figure this out. This is the value I can bring you, right? Let's go. And then, there's more. We'll get into that later. Today I wanted to talk about why people watch. I think it's important to know that, because you should know why you watch, right? Because the reason you watch is the same reason someone else watches. It's just the why of that is different, because people value different things. People have different things going on. They're in different age groups, so they have different, attention spans. So you got to really target your niche. But yeah, and I think there's incredible value in that. And these first 2 steps are mapped out. So technically, I could really help people out in these 2 steps. Next step is creating a value proposition. That is something that it's like, just because you have value, can you convince someone that your value is actually valuable to them? And it's like, what do you need for that to happen? What do you need? What gets you that? And it's like, and I read this thing, it was like, you have to look at it this way. If you're asking someone for 10 grand, let's say, like, I need you to give me 10,000. Your value prop has to be worth 10x. Like I'm giving you 10x the value. And that'll be like a no-brainer, right? And that is difficult to give something. How do you give someone 100 grand worth of value, right? When you're Joe Schmo, that idea, it's foreign. What is 100 grand worth of value? You know, the average person, that's double their annual salary, almost more than double their annual salary. You know, the average salary is like what, 40K, something like that. So you know, just just under two and a half, and I think it's like 43, 45K. So it's like 2.2, 2.3x their annual income. So it's like, how do I give that? So we'll get into that later. This was why people watch content. Why is content important? It's a distraction, but if it's for people at the high end of LinkedIn, it's free value. It's free value now. Now's the thing. It's like, who's giving the most amount of attention to me, right? That's why you have to do so many comments. That's why you have to provide as much free value. It's like which one of these people on here can help me, but more importantly, which one is giving me most of their attention? It's a little high school. It's weird. That seems to be the thing that works. And you know, this thing changes over time. Things change, platforms evolve, the way people do business changes. Um, yeah, it's like 2 years ago, nobody would nobody really looked at AI software training um, as something that would pop on a resume, but now it pops, especially for skilled jobs, skilled roles in companies. Because if you know how to work with AI software, if you're good at prompt engineering, you are an efficient cog to hire. And I'm sweating like an animal that's cleaner than a pig that is sweating like a pig. Yeah, that's me for tonight. Hope you got some use. Get to the high end of the market. Get that awareness. Get that awareness. I'm close to 1,000 impressions, which is just the first step. I got to get to 10,000 impressions ASAP. That's my goal right now. But not just 10,000 impressions. I got to get to 100,000 impressions, and I got to get there yesterday. So I'm going to be working on doing that. That's my goal. Hundreds of thousands of impressions. I got to get it. I got to go viral on LinkedIn. It has to happen. The strategies are there. I just have to implement them. I've had a little bit of writer's block when it comes to content. But I think I think I'm about to turn a leaf here. Right? It's like the other day I spoke about fragments, right? You may not necessarily have something that you can grab. But there's fragments, and it's like my brain cogs are just moving just enough to the point where I'm like, okay, I know I'm not delusional, but something's moving. I feel okay, I got to keep walking down in this direction. And I'm feeling good about walking down this direction because I'm getting ideas. I'm getting really good ideas. Nothing that helps me see the end goal, but it's like I'm moving in a direction. It does not feel like I'm lost, and the steps are good. And 2 out of 5 done. Now, number three will lead to. I think by the time I hit 100,000 impressions, I'll have figured out number three and four, and I will be on the cusp of learning number five, which is retention. Which is once you've made someone happy, how do you continue keeping them happy for long periods of time, for possibly years to come? You know what I mean? Okay, I'm gonna hop off. Think about this content. Think about it. Why do people watch? Why do people watch? Why do people buy? Why do people stay? All very important questions, and you have to look within. Why do I watch? Why do I pay? Why do I stay? And use that. Anyways, be good, do good things, and subscribe, and good things will happen. So that's enough for me. I'll see you tomorrow.